What's going on, chat? It's Good Network with Rob and Ricardo, because when it's good,
it's always good, baby.
You know the vibes. Come on now. On today's episode, we are going to be ranking the NFC West and the NFC East. As in Rob, as you can see, Seahawks fans and co-host Ricardo.
Come on, baby.
Defending Super Bowl champs. Eagle fans, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the NFC West right now. We're going to go over who we got. So obviously we have the Rams, we got the San Francisco Niners, and we got the Arizona Cardinals, and of course, my favorite, Seahawks. All right. First and foremost, I'm just going to do a quick breakdown on the NFC West last season. All right. Rams had a fallout beginning of the season with their early injuries, so they were actually doing terrible. Cardinals had actually a surprisingly early start, falled out mid-season, and still almost finished strong. The Niners had a complete fallout. They took like a 3-game losing streak. I think that's like the first time they've had a losing streak like that, 3 games within 4 to 5 years. So, and the Seahawks, mid. Like, I'm a Seahawks fan. We were mid. Like, 10-7, cool. Got to get over the 10. So, roughly, right? And that was first year with Mike McDonald. Exactly. So, we can't really blame anything. A lot of things has happened this year. Crazy things have happened this year with the Seattle Seahawks. So, I'm not surprised on why people are doubting us so much in this year's conference because of the amount of changes we've made and the kind of, how could I say this? Like, the feeling it made in the building. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's coaches that really like Lockett, that really like DK, that really like Geno. And like, you're messing with feelings when it comes down to things like that. It happens. It is what it is, No matter how much you want to separate feelings and business, it's kind of hard. We're going to go and rank this. I'm going to go, sad to say it, I love my boys. I love my team. But how strong the Rams finished last year and the fact that they were willing to take, quarterback was willing to take a pay cut to stay is still kind of scary because the dude's telling you he ain't finished yet. Rams came back strong, made the playoff push over us. So I got to give Rams first place just because that's our only threat that we're actually worried about this season, how I feel. Second place, I'm going to go the Seattle Seahawks. Only because San Francisco has a lot of missing pieces and they're going to have a lot of new rookies. And it's very rare that a lot of rookies jump in and start very well and get to a championship with that many. That they're probably going to start 4 to 5 rookies for the San Francisco 49ers. So we're over the San Francisco. We're number 2, but I'm going to give number 3 to the Cardinals just because they were playing good ball last year. It was on and off, but they played against some competitive teams in top tiers, and they pulled it off, even last second shit. So I give him kudos because I like Kyler Murray. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he needs to just be surrounded by the right offense, and he can be really top tier. All right, so overall, we got the Rams first, Seahawks second, Cardinals third, San Francisco bottom of the totem pole. They're going to have a couple years of this. They've had 4 years of chances. They made it to the Super Bowl twice and lost both. They won the NFC West 3 years in a row and still couldn't make it all the way into the playoffs and couldn't win a Super Bowl. They had too many chances. 3 strikes, you're out, man. I'm sorry, bro. You tried. Take a seat for a couple years. Figure yourself out. Let's get over to Ricardo for the It's Good Eagles.
Come on, man. Welcome to my domain, baby. Now we talk about the real game changers. We talk about the best division in the NFL. The most competitive division in the NFL.
What?
We could easily have 3 playoff teams right here.
No, you can't.
I swear
you get 2.
No, you could possibly get 3, low key. But anyways, we'll talk about it. So first off, I'm going to kind of go by my ranking. So I'm going to kind of rank as we go. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to wait to the end and list it. It's going to become very apparent what teams I think are the best. And we're going to go by their draft. So number 1, the worst team, I'm going by worst. I think this is the worst team. They had the worst draft. I think they're going to be the worst this next year. And I hate to say it for them. I actually don't. Screw them. I think the New York Giants are going to be terrible. I think the only good pick they had was Abdul Carter. I don't hate the Cam Scatabo pick, but I'm not a big fan of Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be a great quarterback, but I think you had Shedeur Sanders sitting right there. And you could have taken Shedeur. In my opinion, Shedeur Sanders is better than Jackson Dart. I think Abdul Carter and Cam Scatabo are the two better picks out of their draft here. They did well by getting a defensive tackle to help on that defensive line. Ultimately, New York's still very young, so they're going to have to grow. I'm not saying they're not going to be good later on, but they're very young. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot. I think their GM's a joke. He got put on blast during the NFL films the whole offseason last year with everything that happened with Saquon Barkley.
Well, I'm glad you started with them because I was hoping this wasn't one of your third predictions to make the playoffs. So I was like, please don't tell me that was a stretch.
Absolutely not. So then the next one for me personally, I think the Commanders.
What?
I don't think they're the third best team. This is just based off their draft. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they didn't have a whole lot of picks to deal with. So I think that, they did good getting the offensive tackle. Outside of that, they didn't really make any splashes. There's nothing really crazy here. There's not a big, oh my God, this guy's going to possibly
Jalen Lane, wide receiver. Maybe that's as big as it gets.
They got Deebo Samuel. They already have Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry's a great wide receiver. If ranking wise, they're my number 2 team. I think in the NFC, they're going to be the second best team in the NFC. I think they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be, this might be an early predict, but they might be back in Philadelphia again, fighting in the NFC Championship, the title game. So I think, but draft wise, they didn't do that great. I'm not going to lie. Our last pick that we have before, I have to give them the solo introduction because I hate them that much. The Cowgirls. Personally, they're going to be third in our division. I think they're going to be the third best team. They're going to be the third playoff team, in my opinion. I actually do like their draft. I'm not going to lie. I do like Tyler Booker. I like Revel Jr. I think they had a really good draft. And I hate saying that because I am a die-hard Cowboy hater. I do not like the Cowboys. I literally refuse to move to Texas because I will never live in the same state as the Dallas Cowboys. But I think they had a really great draft. I think they did a really good job. They addressed a lot of their needs. They also have stuff so that, like, when they, people are aging, they have older players on their team. So they really did well on, hopefully filling those needs in the draft, getting good talent. I'm not quite sure who runs the Dallas Cowboys draft. I know that's not Jerry Jones. There's absolutely no way Jerry Jones in his senile mind put this together. I don't believe that. So whoever is drafting for the Dallas Cowboys, they actually deserve a round of applause. I hate to say it, but maybe they've been studying under Howie Roseman. I'm not going to do it, but yeah. And then obviously we know, I'm not going to go over the picks. You guys already get it. We already know fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go Birds. At first during the draft, I didn't agree with any of our picks. I'm not going to lie. But after obviously, listening to what they had to say, what Howie said, looking into some of these guys, I'm not going to lie. My biggest takeaways, obviously, Jahad Campbell, I think he's a dog. I think he is going to be a monster once he's healthy. Makuba actually looks like he could be Gardner Johnson-esque. I think he could be CJ reincarnated for this team. He's really active. He's a mover, dude, but he's a dog. He hits hard. And honestly, surprisingly enough, Kyle McCord, the quarterback out of Syracuse, I hated that pick. I thought we should have taken Shedeur just for the S's and G's. But after listening and looking into his career at Syracuse, this guy can spin the ball. He's from Philadelphia, so I didn't know that. He's a Philly John, so he belongs back home. He wants to play for the Eagles. He grew up an Eagles fan. So, yeah, and I'm telling you, we'll watch some highlights off stream, but this kid could throw, bro. He can spin it, bro. He can lace him up. I'm going to lay it out straight, plain and simple. Number 1, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, the soon-to-be back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts is going to walk away with an MVP and back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs. Anyways, number 2 for me is the Washington Commanders. I think that they are already a good team. They did well in free agency. They didn't do too much in the draft, but they're going to do enough to get them by. I'm a really big fan of Jaden Daniels. I'm not gonna lie. I love Dan Quinn as a coach. When he was here in Seattle, obviously he has that history in Seattle. Me being a Seattle native, I know Dan Quinn, his reputation. He's doing good to build a good team up there. Number 3 is gonna be the Cowboys. I think obviously they did pick up GP. You have 2 number 1s out there in Dallas now. Their running backs, they kind of need help. I don't know why they ever let Pollard go, but their defense is where I think we might have the leeway. I don't think they got rid of Jordan Lewis, which I mean, oh well, it's not that big of a deal for them. But because I don't think Trayvon Diggs is the cornerback we all think. He had a terrible year last year. That's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Dak does and if he can throw the ball over the yard. And then obviously at number 4, we have the New York Football Giants. Their GM, Joe Shane, learned nothing when he was learning under Howie Roseman. They've had not the best years. They're going to continue to not have the best years. They're young. Give them a couple years, maybe 10, maybe give them a decade and they'll be better. But until then, I don't want to hear it. Boo Giants, boo, get them out of here. Let's go Birds, baby. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the video there. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all of our socials at It's Good Net. Don't forget, baby, it's been good with Rob and Ricardo.
Peace.